Hey, thanks so much for checking out my video. Today, it's time for me to share my story about why I joined eXp Realty. As I unpack my story and the reasons why I'm here, maybe you could find at least 5 reasons why you should take a closer look at the eXp Realty business model. If you like this video, I hope you like, share, and subscribe because I'll be pushing out more and more content regarding this model and going deeper in unpacking the different aspects that make this model unique in the real estate industry. Hi, Scott Deputy here with eXp Realty. I've been a licensed realtor for 26 years now, and I joined eXp in 2018. I'm about to come up on my 4-year anniversary. Time really flies, I can't believe it. But back in 2018, I had been in real estate for over 20 years at that time. I was with a fairly large regional brokerage that was well known in my marketplace. Traditional company. I had lots of friends in the office, friends with the broker manager and so forth. And it was really just by chance that I had gotten an invitation to a lunch and learn from another local agent who was sharing information about the eXp business model. And so I did accept that invitation. Quite frankly, it was probably more for the free lunch than it was for the information. That said, I was a little bit curious just to see what was going on with this new company, this relatively new company, and I had seen some other headlines in industry news over the previous months prior to that invitation. I didn't know what to expect, quite honestly, but as I listened to the presentation and heard the different aspects of the business model, it became painfully apparent that it was something that I had to take a closer look at for myself and my family's future. One of the biggest reasons why I joined eXp is because of the capping model. You see, in my previous years, 20 plus years in the business, I'd always been with traditional real estate brokerage brands, none of which had a capping model. And so what I discovered was I was going to put substantially more of my paycheck into my account in my family's bank account versus my brokerage. For instance, eXp has an annual yearly cap on agent commissions of $16,000, meaning of the hard work that I do and the money that I earn serving clients, I only pay a total maximum of $16,000 per year of that money. In my previous brokerage prior to joining eXp, that last full year, that amount was much closer to $50,000. It was a dramatic savings, and that really got my attention as I thought about my family and could we use those extra dollars in our account versus our broker's account. The second thing that got my attention about eXp Realty was that there was equity ownership. See, again, in all my years and all my stops at these traditional brokerages, I was never once offered ownership in the company. eXp comes along and now they're offering agents the opportunity to own shares of stock and be equity owners in the brokerage that they represent. That was also interesting to me because I knew that I could grow a passive income stream by doing what I was always doing, but now also being compensated not only in commission dollars, but also in equity ownership as I received shares of stock in the company. That was achieved a couple different ways. One is eXp offers awards for certain production milestones, which I took advantage of right away. And additionally, they have a purchase program for the agents here to use a small percentage of each paycheck to purchase the company stock at a 10% discount. It was a no-brainer. It was a forced savings account that I knew would grow in value over time. Just like owning an investment property, I was now an owner in my brokerage, which was a great feeling. And since that time, I've accumulated thousands of shares in the company, and I have grown portfolio of an additional nest egg, if you will, that will continue to grow in value over time as I continue to contribute to that account. So it's super exciting to think about the possibilities with that. And I've watched over my 4 years countless other agents' lives who have been changed just by that aspect of the model alone. The next thing that got my attention was the revenue share. So as it turns out, eXp shares 50% of company revenues month over month back to the agent base that are helping to grow the company. Never been offered anything like that before either. So as I told my story and referred agents who might be interested in joining eXp as well, eXp rewards me with a revenue share disbursement on a monthly basis based on those other agents' productions. So I can tell you now, 4 years later, I have over 50 agents in that revenue sharing organization, and it has become another meaningful passive income stream that I never had access to in my previous 20 plus years. Additionally, I would have never even thought big enough to think that I could have 50 plus agents in a sales organization across 7 different states. It's been incredible. Not only do I get to partner with those people, but we get to mastermind and share best practices and support each other. And so I'm exposed to a much bigger community of agents that I never had dreamed of before, nor had the opportunity to be a part of a company or a culture that encourages that kind of relationship agent to agent. It's been super cool. Next thing that caught my attention with eXp was the education. So eXp offers over 60 hours of live education every week. Now, mind you, when I joined the company, I had 20 years experience, and I thought to myself, well, I pretty much should know it all by now, right? Wrong. In the first couple of weeks after joining the company, I started participating in some of the live education that was happening, being taught by top agents all around the country. Because of our virtual model, I had access to those classes live in real time and had live participation, and I started learning things that I'd never heard about in my previous 20 plus years in the business. I couldn't believe it. How come I had never heard of these tools? How come I had never heard of these strategies? Why didn't any other of my companies support me in this manner? Water under the bridge, of course, but I was super excited to know that my learning wasn't over, it was actually just beginning. And now, looking back 4 years later, as I think about how many ways my life has changed for the better, having joined eXp Realty, what really comes into focus for me now is legacy. You see, these aspects that we're talking about, it's not just about me and what I'm creating with my business or the clients that I serve. I'm creating a legacy for my family. I have a young daughter to think about, and some of these aspects of the model that I just spoke about have to do with her and her well-being in the future. You see, the stock account, the portfolio of stocks that I'm earning and growing over time is not just for me. The revenue share aspect that eXp provides is actually a willable asset. You see, eXp set that up intentionally so that as agents created a larger sales organization and created a larger and larger passive income stream, it wasn't going to stop when the agent stopped producing. Nope. Actually, they've set it up so that the revenue share source can be a willable asset, which means my revenue share organization and that income stream will survive my career and beyond. It's kind of a big deal for someone who's an independent contractor and has to go out year over year and recreate the wheel and try to make a good living against various external factors that can upset the real estate market or your personal life with sickness, disease, natural disasters. There's so many things that can impact our ability to make a living. And having these tools and this leverage available has changed my life in ways that I can't even describe fully. So I'm grateful that I was exposed to the information. I'm more than grateful that I joined this company, and I hope this information is useful. If it's something that you're curious about, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you more about how this model is supporting and changing lives for productive agents all over the world. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks again for checking out this content. I hope if you liked my video, you'll like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.